What time do I have to be on the class?
You have to be there for 7 o'clock. So Dada will leave home at 6:30. So in 6:30, you tell him to take you. Okay? You don't have to put on your bag.
Okay.
Just dance.
Gotta love it.
Hi.
Oh, wait, the video's off.
Hi, honey. How are you? Good.
I like your body.
I'm in ballet in the studio,
Nice.
and I need to get a mask for the studio.
Yes, please.
Hello, Mr. Casso.
Good evening. Hello.
How are you?
Oh, I'm hanging in there.
Oh, me too.
I heard some of your day to day in the background as I was working in the next room.
Yeah, it was a little rough, but it's
Yeah.
okay. We did it.
Yes, you survived.
We
It'll get
survived.
easier as the technology gets more intuitive for them, I think.
It will. Yes. I mean, I'm
Maybe.
learning a lot. Well, I'm sure it will. I'm sure it will. Okay, so I don't want to keep you guys from your evening. I'll start right on time, but let's go ahead and just start with an Our Father. In the name of the Father, Son, Holy Spirit, amen. Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses as we forgive those who trespass against us. Amen. In the name of the Father, Son, Holy Spirit. Amen. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and start with a PowerPoint. And for all the packet that you guys have, I'm going to leave that up to you guys to ask me if you have any more specific questions after the PowerPoint, because some of it was just read through and you may not need me to go over the whole thing, especially since this format is very different than what we've been doing before. So I want to make sure that I give you guys plenty of time for questions. Now, hopefully you guys see my slideshow. Is that correct? Do you see it?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Okay, perfect. All right. So just a little bit about me. I am married with 3 boys. And my oldest is married with a young boy. He's 3. They live in Missouri. My daughter-in-law is a Marine. They both were Marines, and that's how they met. He got out, but she's still in. She might be a lifer, so we shall see. But it was much easier to visit them when they both lived in California as well as I. And then when they moved to Missouri, it was very easy to jump on a plane. Now it's a little bit more difficult, but it sounds like she'll be transferring to Camp Pendleton in San Diego. So that'll be much easier just to fly down or even drive down to visit them. So my education, I have a multiple subject credential. I also, in teaching, I also have a preliminary credential in administration. And I have 2 masters, one with a specialization in curriculum and instruction, and the other one in organizational management. Sorry, I got distracted because someone is needing to get into the meeting and I have to get out. So hold on, sorry. Okay, I'm going to go right back in. So continue where I was. Let's see, hopefully. Okay, are you back to me?
Yeah.
Okay, great. And I also have an English language learners endorsement that I got here in Washington about 2 years ago. So for religion, a lot of this was in your packet for the nuts and bolts. There's a family take-home page that we usually tear out and send it home. But since you guys have the books, it's, you know, good family time to read through the prayers. And sometimes there's activities that are great. Mrs. Berlin and I are also going to implement Bible stories this year. So we'll have some Bible stories that we get to read, summarize, and break it down in third grade level what it's about. Hopefully for Holy Week, we will be having a shoebox Stations of the Cross where they're displayed out in the hallway. And the service activity that we do might be on hold. I mean, obviously it's on hold right now, but when we come back, it depends on whether or not they want us in the church. Usually third graders set up the pews and get them all nice and organized, ready for the weekend's masses. If that doesn't work out, we are also thinking about joining our Kinder Buddies and doing something with them. I believe they collect things for the firemen, and I believe it was the animals, like blankets and stuff for the animals. So hopefully we will still be able to do a service. Math, we have the textbook, that big workbook page or big workbook. Around April or May, you'll get a volume 2. So it's not the entire curriculum for math. We also have the online program, which is Savvis Realize. If you are used to Pearson Realize, it's the same website, just it's now called Savvis. So if you had your password and username already plugged in from last year, it should still work, and I mean, it should still be the same. So there's nothing new on that. It's just the name. And again, those stickers with that, all that information are in both the math folder and the LASH folder. And every night they should be, you know, practicing their daily math facts. For spelling, we're going to be implementing Spelling City this year. We'll upload the spelling words and they'll be able to do activities. For spelling words, for the first trimester, it's still going to be print only because they're not learning cursive yet. In the second trimester, they've just now started, I believe we've already finished by the time the second trimester starts, all the cursive letters. So they will be using print for all the assignments except for spelling. Again, that depends on how we work things if we're still in COVID restrictions. Third trimester is everything is cursive. But again, Spelling City is not going to start until closer to the end of September because we're just trying to get them started with math, and having 2 online programs going at the same time, we don't want to stress them out or you guys out. We're really trying to do what we can for you to take the load off on you guys. For language, you know, it's writing incomplete sentences with capitals, ending, punctuation, and accurate third grade spelling. We do a lot of restating the question and short answer. So, for example, if the question at the end of the story was, what was the dog's name? They can't just say Bambi. The answer would be the dog's name in the story is Bambi, or even the dog's name is Bambi. So we're just trying to build their sentence structure. We will learn about proper paragraph structure with transition words and parts of speech. And we do narrative, descriptive, and compare and contrast writings. For handwriting, kind of already touched on it. First trimester, all assignments are in print as we learned cursive. Second trimester is most assignments will be in print with a few cursive, such as the spelling. And third trimester, we're hoping that everything will be in cursive, unless we specifically say, you know, go ahead and print this. Reading is going to be 20 minutes a day. And the DEAR bookmarks. So DEAR is drop everything and read. Those are the bookmarks that we had in the folder and that book review. So usually if we were in class, there's a required amount, but since you guys are at home, as long as they're reading 20 minutes a night and they're just keeping track, that's absolutely fine. There is no limit. So if they are just working on one book, that's fine. As long as, you know, if it's a big book and it's just taking them forever, that's okay. I did get a question yesterday about, if they're using a Kindle or anything like that, can they just use percentages read instead of page numbers? That's fine too. Whatever is easiest for you guys. I don't want you to stress. We will have trimester book reports where they read one book and they do a big activity with it. So whether it's like a diorama or we provide paper for them to fill out, either one. But that's, later time we'll talk about that. We do read a novel in class together as a third trimester. Last year we read Shiloh and we actually did it online with the kids every day. So it worked out. Hopefully we'll be able to be in class because then we can watch the movie afterwards, which we were not able to do last time. And then we also hopefully have an oral biography report where the kids present in May and the parents are welcome. Okay, I think I hit everything for reading. So science and social studies, we don't do the same subject at the same time. We might finish social studies on a Tuesday and then start science on a Wednesday, but we're not going back and forth between a chapter. So we will finish an entire chapter first of social studies before we go to science. And then we'll do an activity there and then we'll move back to social studies. So for science, we implemented mystery science for the third graders this year. And according to the second graders, they did some activities and watched some videos last year with second grade, and they seem to really like it. So hopefully we'll do that. FOSS is the hands-on science program that we have here. Again, that depends on how we go through with the COVID stuff, on how much hands-on we can do, because a lot of it is group work, and obviously we're not going to be able to do too much group work. We do have a textbook and we read it to research information. Your kids do not have the textbook yet. That's closer to the end of the year, but they will have that. And then we also hopefully have a science showcase where we do a planet report, and that is usually done at home, but it's very easy planet report. Okay, let's see. Okay, social studies, we learn about map skills. We read text to research information, and Jamestown settlement, the Spanish missions, and how our government was formed. They also do a timeline project about themselves, and that's done at home. And the story path, again, that depends where we're at with COVID, because that is definitely something that should be more hands-on in a classroom. Okay, homework. So online, you can always refer to the team's assignments, and I'll touch base on that a little bit more. I'm giving you a brief review of what takes place in class. And again, I would be more than happy to meet with you guys again once we come back to class, and I'd be more than happy to meet in the evening for another little curriculum night if you would like. But first and second trimester, we usually provide a cover sheet for your child with the date already written on it, and we actually have the homework assignment written out what we want them to do. And then we also have it laid out where, did you practice your math facts? Did you read your 20 minutes? Did you practice your prayers? The parents initial that and your child brings it back the next day. You know, it's usually stapled to your homework assignment as well. So they just bring the whole thing back. The third trimester, we wean them off that and have them write their own homework now. They still have to come to us at the end of the day to make sure it's written down, but they are now writing it down themselves, so they're prepared for fourth grade. Everything should be completed in pencil unless we state otherwise, and 20 minutes of reading and practicing your math facts is daily as well. Even if that's not written down, that is just a daily homework assignment. Okay, online expectations. Your kids have been fabulous, and I appreciate all of you that have been there, and if you haven't been there, your kids are doing great on their own too. It's awesome. So they're ready by 8:10. Some of your kids are on at 7:50. That's awesome, but I'm not there yet. So they're kind of on their own if they're there that early. They are in their uniform shirt. They have breakfast eaten, and their materials are all organized. I mean, I've had kids like literally just bend over to pick up their stuff. They're not going all over the place. Everything is organized. I'm so very proud of them. And I appreciate that you guys are helping them keep organized. They've been great with the camera and mic. During their small breaks, their 10 or 15-minute break, they should have their camera off and their mic off and step away. But when they come back to me, they obviously turn them back on. For the specialist, the 30-minute break they have and that long lunch 45-minute break, that is when they should leave the meeting. And then they should, they've been really great, refrain from using chat or muting others at all times. Now, we have, and this is where I need your opinion, how I have set up the Teams meetings is if I have them for a certain amount of time, even though there's a break in between, I have kept that meeting open so you guys are not having to click in and click out. Now, when they have a specialist, they do have to click in and click out. But is that something you guys want, or do you want me to schedule a team meeting for every half hour, no matter what, even if math and reading are right next to each other? Feel free.
I like it the way it is right now because I thought it was seamless.
Okay.
With you, and then when they had to transfer to a specialist class, to just log into that. So I thought it worked really nicely today. So I liked it.
Okay. Anybody
We agree.
else? Okay. All right. I haven't heard any negatives, so we weren't sure. So we were going to try it this way. And if everyone's like, no, we prefer subject by subject, then we're going to switch it. But that's good news. Okay. So virtual office hours. Now, my class hasn't figured it out yet, or maybe they just don't realize they could do it. I know 3B has already done it, but if you guys need me, you can always go back to Teams and go to the call icon and call me. I am here. So for like today, we don't really have any set virtual office hours, but if you needed me or the kids needed me, please call me. If I'm available, I will answer. So that is an option, even after tomorrow and next week, anytime we're doing this virtual office hours, if you guys need me after, you can do the call. I know we had an issue with one kiddo who was not in class for the specialist, and they just, the poor child wasn't added. The specialist had a different name. So I was going back and forth with email instead of the Teams. So it would have been much quicker if I had it on Teams because I don't necessarily see my email. So that's just a thought. I really want to have the students be independent, and I want you guys to have me as your fall person. So if a student is coming to you with an assignment, say, I need to do this for homework, but I don't get it, say, let's see if Mrs. Jaster is available, and put them back on with me, and I will review it again with them. I promise you. So they should not be asking you for any help on how to complete an assignment. Okay, I will have already gone over the assignment with them, and I would be more than happy to go over it again with them to make sure that they understand. So you guys have your, you guys are busy, you're working, we're trying to take this off of your plate. So please use me. So the independent work is that after the office hours, the students should be working. That is when I would prefer to meet with you guys if you would like a conference, because I'd rather keep those office hours for the kids if they need help. As you know, obviously we're doing that for the first 2 weeks. We're requiring all the students to stay on so I can make sure that they are fully aware of the expectations on the assignment, they understand it, and they are confident on going on their own. That's also why we're kind of only having one assignment that they actually have to complete on their own, and instead of several, and you know, they're pulling their hair out, you're pulling your hair out. We're starting them slow. Okay, we have to remember that they're still second graders right now. It's hard for them to get in the groove, but I am so proud. They seem to be just chugging along. So we're trying to, you know, speed it up a little, but we're going at their pace. Okay, so the additional information, again, this is field trips. It all depends on, I honestly, seriously doubt even when we come back to school, there will be field trips. There might be more field trips coming to us. But if we do, the driver's form in the background, things do need to be up to date and filled out in the office. Appointments, vacations, if it's on your calendar, it should be on mine. If you're going to be absent, just give me the heads up so I know, so I'm not, you know, keep asking for Johnny. Johnny, are you here yet? Johnny, Johnny, that'd be great. And you don't want the office calling you either, because they will be calling. Okay, so here is another question for you guys. This is pretty much next week's schedule, so you see the full thing. Now, again, this worked for our parents last year during COVID, and we wanted to keep it up because it really helps parents see what they're doing. Now, pretty much everything that you see on the schedule, and I know it's really small, and I apologize, but I wanted you to see the big view. But pretty much everything is done in class with us. If it's in the Teams assignments, that means that needs to be uploaded. Whatever it is, like the math assignment for tomorrow, that page 2. Yes, that is in Teams because picture does need to be uploaded to Teams. But for tonight's homework, when they just had to watch the video, in fact, when I last checked about half hour ago, 10 out of 15 students have already completed it. There were 5 kiddos that still have not watched the video. That automatically gets submitted through the Savvis Realize website. So I automatically get that. There's nothing to turn into me because they've clicked on it after they've watched the video. The handwriting that we do in class, they should be doing it in class. I will be asking them to hold it up. I might ask them, you know, at the end of the week for you guys to take a picture of, you know, 12 and 13, for example. But I will let you know. Your guide is the schedule. If something changes on the schedule that's already been posted, I will email you to let you know. So you're not bugging your kiddo saying, this says you were supposed to do page 5 and you're doing page 6. I might have changed it, but if I do, I will send out an email so you guys know. But a lot of the work, we are working together. It's things we would have been doing in the classroom anyways. So we're going to be doing it together online. Any questions? No? Okay. All right. So that is really it for all of the information. I'm going to stop sharing so we can just open it up and you guys can ask, vent, whatever you need to do. Crickets. No one has anything to share? Say anything?
I have a question. Hi.
Yes. Hi.
I'm wondering if the weekly schedule is just on Teams or will that be emailed to us as well?
I can email it to you like on a Sunday evening or
Okay.
Monday evening. I have no problem doing that. Last year we were not on Teams. We only had Teams meetings available to us. So we did not have the access of uploading or communicating at all on Teams. So everything was on email. And you can imagine the parents' load, especially if they had more than one kiddo. So I would be more than happy to email on a Sunday evening, here's this week's schedule. If you have any questions, let me know, type of thing.
Okay. Yeah,
But
I
yes,
would love that.
Okay, but it will always be uploaded in the Teams. Have you guys moved around in the Teams?
Yes.
Are you're comfortable? You've seen everything? Somewhat? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, you know what? I will just Hopefully I can do this. Let's try it out. Okay, let's see. Okay, you guys see my Teams page?
Yep.
Okay, hold on. So this is our page. This is our 3A. If you go to files, this is your spot to go to for everything. You go to files, and then you go to class materials, and that's where you see everything. So if you go into the 3A weekly schedule, so far it only has this week's schedule, but that's where I will upload everything for you. And it takes a few seconds to load. So, and it'll be labeled just like this, week of September, and then whatever the week is. And then you just go back to class materials. This one that's down here at the very bottom, the 3A online schedule, that's the entire, that's the one that like Mr. Fitz sent out, kind of like the plan. Didn't necessarily have the subjects, I believe, but it was just like, you know, the minimal layout of the schedule. Curriculum night has all that packet information that I sent you or that went home with you. So everything's there. Actually, the parent questionnaire, if you guys could fill that out, you can either scan it back to me, drop it off at school for me, take a picture and send it back. Either one, that'd be great because that's really helpful information for me to get used to your kiddo, get to know them. So this came home in that packet as well. Which reminds me, that Guess Who assignment that's due next Saturday, that was in the religion folder. You do not need to come on Saturday if you, because we don't have anything for you guys to pick up, but we really like the hard copy. So if you're already here for another sibling, great, drop it off. But if you prefer to not give up your Saturday and you're able to come during the week, that works too. Just drop it off in the office. They're already aware that we were going to tell you guys that. So, and they were happy to have you guys come in at any time. Okay, so math, I'll just show you guys. So I'm not going to open the first one. The first one's that grid paper, that graph that was in that little white whiteboard that we made for your kids. And the Savvis video check, this is what I was walking through with your kids today. And 5 out of the 15, I'm sorry, 10 out of the 15 have completed it. So after they've watched their video, they're going to get a check mark in the top right-hand corner, right where that red arrow is. That's what they click. They click on that, and I believe it says, because we don't get it as the teacher view, they get like, are you sure you're ready to submit, or are you sure you're ready to submit to your teacher? Whatever it says, just say yes, and as soon as you've done that, it comes to us that you've watched it. Okay. So let's see what else is here that might be really important. So we've got religion. The religion are the prayers, that's listed in there. Social studies, even though we have not touched on it yet. If your child loses or ruins or anything, those worksheets that came home in that folder, they're all right here that you can just print them again. Reading, an extra copy of the book review, and the bookmarks are there. And the recordings are here. Okay, so that, the assignments for, so you can also go here for assignments. Now the assignments that are going to be posted in Teams are only those that we need you to take a picture of and upload. So it's not going to be everything that we do every single day. If we do something in class together, that's something that they should have done together with us. So if you click on the math page 2 that's due tomorrow, and I purposely didn't go over it with the kids today because I wanted to review it tomorrow with them. So this is my view, but let me go to student view. So this is the instructions, and this is how you guys should see it, looking at it. Down here, because I don't have it yet, it'll say like add work, where you can click there. Now, a parent on Passport Day showed me a nifty trick that, again, I just found out. But if you're using your cell phone, you literally could just click Add Work, and then it'll ask you how you want it to upload. And one of the options is upload from this device. And if you took the picture with your phone, all you have to do is that. And that way you don't need that office lens. One parent said that works. I haven't heard from any other parents, so I don't know if that truly works, but she's like, it's very easy. This is how we do it. So that might be an option for you if you'd like. But again, you would need the Teams on your phone. I don't know if you want that. So that is pretty much it. For calls, I think you guys just go into the calls section over here where you can immediately call me. You just type in my name. I want you guys to understand that I get it. I get the amount of pressure you guys are on. I truly do. I have a 7th grader. So, you know, between my 7th grader and I, there are a lot of tears, lots of tears. There were tears today from me with the 7th grader. So I get the frustration. I'm here for you guys. I'm here for your kiddos. Just please talk to me. Let me know how I can help you. I want to be here for you. I want to be here for the kids, and I want to make sure that we have a great year, no matter our situation. As I said before, your kids are so awesome. They're being very respectful. They're communicating. They seem to have this down better than I do. Poor Sophie was getting frozen. No, not Sophie. It was Juliana. And I'm like, okay, log out of everything and come back in. And someone else goes, no, 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 just take your camera off. And sure enough, she took her camera off and everything was fine. So they're getting this. So I don't know. I can't express my gratitude enough to you guys. And, you know, whatever it takes to get us through, all happy. I'm here for you. So any questions or any other concerns, please let me know.
We do have one question.
Yes.
Where do we find the math facts that they need to review every night?
Oh, right now they should just be practicing their basic addition and subtraction facts. Yeah, I mean, you can, you know, either make flashcards for them or even orally, you know, whichever you want to do. Maybe they know simple division and you have flashcards for those. You're more than welcome to do that. Absolutely. It's just the basic math facts.
How basic is basic math facts? Just to confirm.
No. Hey, you know what? The more challenging you make it, the better it is for them, especially when we get to multiplication.
Is it a number of digits or like 2 digits, 3 digit sums, or?
We do get into double digits, double digit plus 1 digit, and double digit minus, 1 digit. But I would definitely, incorporate those right now. If you want to just, start off a little slow, make sure that, they can do it. That's great. What you want to do is, okay, they might be able to do 5 plus 5 off the top of their head, but can they do 9 plus 6 off the top of their head without doing their fingers? That's what we want.
Okay.
Yeah. Any other questions? Anything I can help? Any suggestions from you guys? How do you guys think the class is going so far?
I think it's great so far. I mean, it's pretty straightforward.
Okay.
We have a little office, so my husband always working from home, so he's pretty much sitting next to her all the time for guidance for anything that she needs. One thing that I want to suggest, I saw comments coming from other parents about teams are frozen on them.
Yes.
Most of the time it has to do with the connectivity, and I have to recommend that you might want to check with your internet providers on that part. Maybe you will need to up the speed just like everyone else right now.
Okay.
It's highly recommended, and I think we did ours like way ahead since the beginning of the year, but we have been working from home for many years, so we kind of rely on
Okay.
very fast internet. So that's kind of
Right.
like one thing that I want to recommend. Yes, when you turn off the internet, turn off the video mode, it will allow, everything to work perfectly. But obviously, if you want a kid to be engaging with the teacher,
Right.
definitely, would like to have that on.
Okay, thank you. And that brings up a great comment for me to make, is that when we're in the classroom, I would have 15 kids with 15 different personalities. Now I have 15 kids with different personalities and 15 different types of computers. Not everyone has the same computer, so we're all juggling. Even Mrs. Berlin's and my computer are different, and we're at the same school. So we get it, we understand. Going to settings, if I said go to settings, go to device, go to camera, it might not all be in the same spot as someone else's. I will do my best to walk you through it, but please know that usually the issue is coming up while I'm in the middle of class and trying to get everyone through the lesson. So, feel free to email Mr. Kirby or Mr. Forte if you're having concerns that I can't help with, but definitely checking your internet speed is one. And I know that's not the end result for some people. I lived in Duval. I upped our internet speed, started paying $50 extra. It still did nothing. So I understand. Sometimes it is your area. But, just please communicate, share with me what's going on. If your child is struggling, but I may not see that on video. He might or she might look happy as can be. Just please let me know so I can watch out for that. Or I can have a one-on-one with him or her, and you're right next to the child so we can talk it out. Right? I want them to be independent, and I want you guys to be comfortable and confident that you can leave your child in my hands during their lessons. Okay, obviously with technical issues, we might need you, mom, dad, come help, but while they're on with me, hopefully you guys can actually step away and do what you need to do.
I have a question.
Yes.
It's about the Friday morning spelling test.
Yes.
And the reason why I'm asking is because I have to know my availability on a Friday morning, and my daughter may not always be able to interrupt my husband who is working from home.
Right.
So when they do the test, they will be doing the test with you on Friday morning. And how would you be correcting that test? Would we need to take a picture and send it to you, or would you going to rely on them correcting it?
I believe how we're going to work it out is that they are going to be taking the test on Spelling City.
Okay.
So they're going to be doing online.
So everything is online.
Everything is online right now. That's what the goal is. We understand that's not the best. We're hoping parents kind of step away and let their child do what they need to do.
Well, I'm asking because I will be stepping away.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, no, that's why I'll be here present. Yeah, so
no,
that's why.
Absolutely okay. And it might be like one of those things where it's independent, like that's what they're doing for homework that day is take the spelling test.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
And I have a question. So
yes.
is there a view for parents to see the complete assignment or things that have submitted since most of us will be away from them? Like if they were like owing you some certain assignment or they miss or they haven't really complete them, how do we catch up with that?
Well, for the daily assignments, you guys have your schedule. So you guys can always say, Johnny, let me see page 10. It says here you should have done page 10 today in handwriting. Let's see it. And they should have it done because they did it with me in class. If it's for independent work, so for like the math assignment that was for today, that math assignment was to watch the video. You can go into their Savvis Realize to see if they've watched the video. Again, I know that before I logged on for our meeting this evening, 10 out of the 15 watched the video already. So there's 5 kiddos that still have not watched it. So, and I don't want to pull up Savvis Realize for you because then you'll see the ones that didn't watch it yet. So I can't show you my view, but you can always go there to see if they've done it. The page 2 that's due tomorrow in math, that is in Teams and it should be uploaded with a picture. So you'll know if your child did it because you have to help them upload the picture. Does that
Got
answer
it.
your question?
Yes, thank
Okay.
you.
You're welcome. Anybody else? Any other questions I can help with or explain something further?
I understood that the math assignment for tomorrow will be explained tomorrow, so they have to
Yes.
look at it tomorrow, not
Yes.
not today.
Yeah, I will go into a little bit more detail tomorrow. I was just afraid if I did all the explanation today that they'd forget about the video and do the assignment instead. So yes, I will absolutely explain it tomorrow. Don't worry. Anyone else? We still have a lot of time if you have questions.
Mrs. J, I just want to say thank you for all your hard work. I know this is hard on you and this is new for you as well. We appreciate everything you're doing.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. Okay, well, that was it. You guys have a wonderful evening and I'll see you hopefully soon.
Okay, bye. Good
Bye.
night. Thank
Good
you.
night.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you. Bye.
She really wanted to, yeah, be part of the